Hey guys, Scott here with Adventure Indiana. Today I got a video where I just want to kind of say thanks and kind of show off a bottle that was given to me that I think is pretty cool. My Uncle Rodney gave me this bottle. It says Pluto Water, America's Physic, and then on the bottom it's marked, or well, on the heel you can see it's marked Root Glass Company, R-O-O-T. And on the bottom has the Pluto logo, which is a little devil figure. It says Pluto there underneath the devil, right there, Pluto. But if you don't know what this is a cool Indiana bottle. Back in the 20s, maybe in the teens, along in that time period, so over 100 years ago, these bottles, or there was a health spa kind of health resort kind of place down around French Lick, and you know, you could go there and get treated for whatever ails you, and they have these sulfur springs down there, and the water, it smells terrible. It smells like sulfur. It's awful. It stinks. It's terrible. But they would take that water and they would bottle it for their patients slash guests, and they would claim that would cure all kinds of things. But really a neat bottle. Normally I only like to have bottles that I find, but I don't think I have too much chance of finding one of these bottles up here in Lafayette area, and I don't ever go down that far south to look for bottles. I'd like to, but you know, this is really awesome. It's a really super cool bottle. You know, this is, like I said, this is probably close to 100 years old, if not older. Really neat. So thank you, Rodney, for sharing this. I keep this in with my other old bottles that I found. You know, so this isn't a garage bottle that I have out here. So I really appreciate it. Really awesome. When I went over to get that bottle, I spied all these Coke bottles. So there's 12 of them altogether, and I was like, well, hey, what are you doing with all these Coke bottles? And he's like, well, I'm not doing nothing with them. You want them? And I'm like, yeah, you know, I'll take a look at them, because, you know, there might be something cool in there, something I don't have, and you know, just kind of take a look at it. So by chance, the very first bottle I pull out of the 12 happened to be this one, and it's a Pat D Coke bottle, Pat D, and yeah, I'm like, okay, well, that's cool. And it's an Owens Corning made Coke, and it's a later Pat D bottle, but it's marked 50. I'm like, okay, so, you know, that's a start. It's good. So I figured, hey, all these other ones are probably Pat D bottles as well. And I looked at the bottom, and unfortunately it's not an Indiana bottle. It says Louisville, Kentucky, but, you know, well, I'll take it. You know, it's not an Indiana bottle, but it's still pretty cool. It's in great shape. I mean, you know, I don't think this has ever been thrown out, or, you know, in a river or anything like that, like where I normally find them. So I'm like, all right, well, you know, I couldn't really wait to look at the rest of these. And so the rest of these wasn't that great. Then that actually ended up being the only Pat D bottle. The rest of these are just like 6 flow ounce U.S. Patent Office bottles. And so, you know, I'm like, okay, still kind of cool. You know, I'll put them up on a shelf or whatever. But and they've got all kinds of cities and towns. Like this is an Indiana one, Richmond, Indiana. And so then I got looking at the rest of them. You know, Patent Office Coke, Indianapolis, Indiana. And so I'm kind of looking through these, and then I get to one of these. I'm like, okay, what's this? Oh, this is awesome, I thought. So it's a Pat D bottle, but it's not just a regular Pat D bottle. This is a Christmas Coke bottle. And if you don't know what a Christmas Coke is, it's a bottle that Pat D, then it says December 25th, 1923 on it. And I've been looking for one of these all year, and I've never found one. I've actually found a bottle from 1915, which is older and, you know, a little more collectible, a little rarer. But I've always wanted to find one of these Christmas Cokes, and I thought this would look really awesome next to my 1915 Coke, and I was really excited to get this, you know. And it's like, wow, So I looked at the bottom, and this one, San Antonio, Texas, marked on the bottom. I was like, okay, well, that's pretty cool. And then I got looking, here's another Christmas Coke. That was 2. And then another, and then another, and another. So he had 6 Christmas Cokes. And I was like, well, that's awesome. So I went from not having any to all of a sudden having 6. Well, I had a couple-hour drive home, a 2-hour drive home back up to Lafayette, and I got to thinking about it. And I thought, you know, I think these are probably commemorative bottles, or, you know, reissued bottles. And turns out that's what they were. So I thought I'd show you the way you can tell. If you look on the bottom of these bottles, see how there's the city and then the state. So this one says San Antonio, Texas, and then it has this circle that connects the city and the state, that round circle. That's pretty much the dead indicator that this was a commemorative bottle, a reissued bottle. These came out back in the 1990s, and I kind of thought that, man, these are like in such pristine shape, right? And then to have 6 of them all together, and that's not to say somebody could have not have collected those and kept them together, but I thought, you know, that was probably a little bit too good to be true, and it kind of was. You know, it has the circle on the bottom. I think there's other differences too, subtle differences between the reissued one and then one that's original. But I'm actually glad I found out about that and realized that, so that if I am out digging and I do find one that's like this, I don't get super excited thinking I found an original one. So it is good knowledge to have. But these other ones, these ones that are just the patent office Cokes, to be honest with you, I think these are reissued as well, because they have that circle. So this one is Danville, Kentucky. You can see it has that circle connecting the city and the state. And I don't think Coke originally did that, because if I show you here another bottle that I found, I know this one's an old bottle, you know, older. If you look at the bottom, it's a Lafayette bottle. See how there's no circle or anything connecting the state and the city. Now, I'm not an expert on Coke bottles or expert on anything for that matter, but I know this one's an original Pat D bottle, and I know it's from 1949. So, you know, you compare that one to one of these, that kind of tells you right away that those are all reissues. Now, I did get this one out of all these. I did get this one. It is a Pat D bottle. It's from 1950, and again, if you look, no circle on the bottom. So, you know, this is cool. I mean, you know, and I like these other ones too. I mean, I'll put these out somewhere. I'm gonna redo my shelf up here in the garage. This is kind of where I keep bottles that I pick up that, you know, don't quite make it in the house. You know what I mean? Don't quite make it in the house, and you know, on my shelf in there. But these are, you know, all kind of older bottles that I've kept, and you know, as I find kind of cooler bottles, you know, maybe I'll, you know, get rid of one of these or something and replace it. But you know, I'll do something with these. So thank you again, Rodney, for sharing these. I mean, you know, even being reissue bottles are still awesome. The Pat B bottle is really cool, but the Pluto bottle was definitely worth the trip to your house and getting this. So I appreciate you letting me have it, and you know, I'll keep this for a long time. All right, well, thanks for watching.